Welcome, guys. Anybody tuning in? I had my mic off there for about 3 minutes talking to myself. But, anyways, I did look into my inventory and I went to mix my mix here after this update, and I had to kind of reset it, so to speak. So I hope I don't have to do that with every mix. So we're going to see what we can stir up here. Welcome, anybody tuning in. I'm just going to do a decent little carp grind here before the salmon class tonight. I'm going to post that up for fun. But I'm going to do some carp fishing in between. Since this new update came out, I had some gaming buddies telling me the recipes wasn't saved. In other words, you kind of have to resave them, and I think they are correct. I went through to mix up my mix that I developed a few weeks ago that I caught a 102 pounder with, and of course I had to remix it all up and put it onto a different save slot. So I hope I don't have to erase every template, go back and resave it all, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to, which is definitely frustrating. In other words, there's a bug in the new update. And I am testing new spots out as well, so just want to see what I can find. Not sure why that beeped, other than it's just a spot, right? Well, that was a short cast. We'll leave it anyway. And I am fishing before the peak, but I like to give myself plenty of time on these sunny days. I've actually started this at 5 a.m. and did fine before, so no guarantees. There is a new update, but I wanted to just see if it's affected anything. See if the oversized are still coming in. Hopefully they haven't messed with that. And I just got a random spot random little deep spot I'm fishing on the edge of it that I haven't tried yet, so. Hold on. I hope I'm at the right spot. Yeah, just a little deep spot there I wanted to test out. I haven't tried this spot. If I can get to that. Where's that even at? It's that way. Great cast, bro. Game feels just a little laggy. But not horrible. Never fished in this spot, so but I was curious to see. And it might start out a little slow, guys, but that's why you look for new spots. Because you never know where you're going to pull a really big one out, so. And we'll just see what happens. I'm trying to figure out where that spot was I just marked. Up there. There. I wonder if you can even get to that. Where's that? Grass carp. Huh. Should get something. Shall see. If not, I just wasted an entire mix. That's carp fishing. Clean up some old marks. What is this? Touch. Golden touch. Can't erase that. Test that here. Where's that at? Pike? Yeah. 80-pounder. I think I caught that. Oh, that was in the daytime. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm just messing around with carp fishing. I did figure out one thing. And you guys that saved your recipes, I'd heard a rumor, and it's true. For whatever reason, when you go in to load them, like this is the mix that I got the 100-pounder on, I actually had to redo this. It wouldn't let me load it. It load in there, but it wouldn't mix. So I had to do another template. So I don't know if you're going to have to erase all your templates, which that's going to suck, and redo them all. So I don't know. I hope not. And I'm also wanting to test out how the carp fishing is on this new update, see if anything's changed. I am fishing kind of pre-peak too. I normally start earlier than a lot of people do, but that gives me time to rotate, find new spots, mess around with mixes and stuff. So if it gets a little boring, feel free to just stop in and out until there's some action. You're fine, but I can't find new spots and try new things unless I'm testing them out. So I enjoy carp fishing. So I'm just curious. I did that carp that I posted up on my channel I caught the other day. Where was that thing at? That wasn't it. I think it was down here. That's not it. This is it. Oh, Beavers is over here fishing on it. Give her a try, Beaver. It's there, bro. I caught that at 9:30 in the morning. So, that was out of peak as well. So, sometimes if you don't gamble, even if your mix might miss or your timing's a little off, I would have never found that if I wasn't fishing out of peak. So, that's what I'm doing now. So, I just pick random spots near the deep edge. Just look for those blue. So, I'm going to let this play out and see what happens. Could get a little boring, but again, that's just me experimenting. So, as well, I'm curious to see. Looks like there's a few. I haven't seen anything oversized yet. Beavers, I think, is over there fishing in my spot. Did he pull out? I'm curious to see if what the oversized are doing since this new update. I normally bring a jig winner and farm the, what thing is in here? I think there's chub in here and northern pike and the perch. I usually catch them when I'm just waiting, but I guess I could have brought another rod. But surely. Oh, there's a nice one. There's one. There's one. Yeah, they're hitting still. Don't mean I'm going to hit in this spot, but we'll see. Definitely starting out slow. And you guys tuning out, welcome. I'm just messing around here at carp fishing before that salmon class here in a couple hours, so I wanted to kind of test out things in the since this new update. But it is confirmed by me that the carp recipes are kind of. Oh, you're welcome, Beavers. Yeah, I was worried about that. Yeah, they're saying the same thing. It's slow. That's what I was worried about. Sometimes when they do updates, weird things happen. They're saying it's been slow and there's not many oversized. So I'm testing out some new spots. I'm testing some mixes out as well. So let me send. I got. Where's that other hog I caught? Nope. This is. Where is that one? Is it this one? Not that one. That's a long walk, Beavers. If you ever watch on that. That's a long walk, but that's a good spot. It's definitely a little slower, guys. My apologies. Like I said, this is a new update. They're even saying it's slower than normal, and that one guy said he was using the same mix, so. Yeah, Beaver said it was even very slow. We'll see here. Yeah, I'm not used to it being this slow either. Sometimes the game's kind of messed up when they do those updates, so we'll see. I kind of wanted to test that for myself. Make sure they haven't messed up the oversized fishing, because that's a lot of fun. Long walk. That beaver's a nice mark. Buddy had shared that with me a long time ago. A guy caught a 103-pounder. Oh, come on, man. I really don't want to have to rotate. It's a brand new spot, too, but they're all saying that it's a lot slower than it used to be, so hopefully they didn't mess up carp fishing. But yeah, I should have had something by now. Let me recast. Maybe it's going to warm up here slowly. Like I said, I've never had trouble catching these things out of peak at all. Cloudy days, rainy days, it don't matter, usually. I got a bunch of different mixes that usually work, so I'm just curious. Hopefully they haven't messed with the oversized fishing. A lot of people have fun with that, including myself. Casting takes multiple button passes and it is slow. Huh. Casting takes multiple button passes, or presses, button presses, and it's slow. Yeah, mine's laggy. Mine does feel a bit laggy. I thought all they really they did some, who knows. That happens after every patch, I think a little bit of stuff happens, but yeah, I should have had a bite by now. I'll give it a couple more minutes, go somewhere else, but I don't know how this spot would hit or miss. Surely not. That's why that little deep spot's there. But yeah, any guys tuning in, basically on your mixes, they're messed up too. You have to, I had to redo one. It wouldn't let me load it. As soon as I loaded it on there, it just kept saying save recipe, which I thought was odd. It wouldn't let me mix it, in other words, on a pre-existing template, which is frustrating because that's why we all have templates. All that stuff's hard to remember, especially if you put a mix together that works. Yeah, this is not cool. A couple more minutes, guys. If I don't get something, I'll respawn somewhere else, but I hope this is not a sign of how slow it's going to be. Casting takes more. But it feels a little laggy in here just as walking around. I don't know why. Come on now, they better not have messed up our carp fishing. I am fishing before the peak, but I've never had trouble doing so. And I am using a sunny day mix, so that's not the problem. Fishing in a new spot, potentially that could be an issue, but I don't think so. Generally speaking, I've found on here the fish will come in on the wherever you put your spot mix. So. In fact, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and remix. I'll remix to have it mixed up. See how it says recipe saved every time you hit X? It's weird. It's glitched out. Not sure why. Why does it say recipe saved every time now? So that's it. Did they break carp fishing? Recipe saved every time you hit the button. Not sure why that is. Okay, so now this better load. It's faster. It does seem faster. Like more crisp when I'm cycling through it at least. Wonder why that is. Okay, that's really odd. Huh. Alright, fellas. Going for the long walk. Yeah, it is laggy. It's lagging as I'm walking. The hell? Oh, Beaver's trying it. I'll fish alongside Beavers here. See what we can pull up here. Testing out weeping since this new update, guys. Some weird stuff's going on. The forgot how short of a cast this is. The for whatever reason, the mixes didn't save, so I think everybody's gonna have to redo all their mixes in your templates. I had to redo mine. The time I'd normally catch them, I threw my mix out and was pretty much blanked. Could have waited a little longer. I did start pre-peak, but I've never had an issue doing that in the past, so hopefully they haven't bugged out Willow. And welcome to the stream, guys. Just playing around for a while with some carp until that salmon clash. I'm going to post that up, but there's the last amateurs in between there. It's supposed to be the last amateurs for a while until they fix the system itself. But the guys I was talking to here in the chat were saying it seems slow. Yeah, you don't have to wait till you get level 80, bro. I appreciate you stopping by the stream too. Yeah, I hope those things are helping you. Like I said, I'm a high rank guy. I kind of did the same thing. I went all the way to level 80, and I kind of wish I would have started on comps before. Because the weird thing is you're fishing out of peak and stuff. But I've noticed if you followed along some of my ones that were really horrible, there's a weird thing that me and my friends start calling dead lakes. It's almost like a timer turns off in those comps, and it don't matter what you do. It's just like I don't know if the peak glitches out and you're fishing in a horrible peak and everybody else is fishing in the right peak, or it's hard to explain. And like I said, I know how to fish, but it's just some weird things have been happening. So again, I've been posting those up, and hopefully one day Fishing Planet looks at them, and I think they're working on the issues now. So and again, I'm hoping they separate things out eventually for the novice players or the casual guys that are just getting into the comps, because some of them. They're going to have such a far head start on you guys that it's going to be really difficult, and that's kind of why I'm posting those up as well. So as I'm learning things, I'll pass them along where I'm sharing marks or strategies, and then, some of the stuff, you might find I did a really bad job, so just adjust from there. But a lot of it could be fast paced, but I've also posted up a lot of good ones where I put up good scores. But all my marks I put up are solid marks. So if you guys are short on marks or anything like that, and I know how overwhelming the comps could be, as I just started playing them in February, so I don't mind helping you guys out. So we're just playing around with some carp right now. I learned how to spod too over the winter and started messing around and playing with all kinds of different mixes. But if you look around on the channel, if you like carp fishing, I got some night mixes that work. I got a cloudy day mix that works, and then a sunny day mix. I've caught a 102 pounder twice with it, so that's the one I'm throwing out now. But those 102 pounders is almost like trying to catch a 450 pound perch, so or a 440 pound shark in the game. So they're sometimes far few in between, but I did get 2 of them off of this mix here, so I've been playing around with it and just hoping to hit lightning in a bottle again, I guess. And I've tried multiple ways. A lot of people have, and who knows what's what, but the one time I caught the 102 pounder, I casted all my mix out. I got it on live stream as well, which is funny, and got it on live stream. I cast the entire mix out, but the second time I caught it, I had a stream up here a week or two ago on the second 102 pounder I caught, but I kind of like to throw like 3/4 of it out like I have now. I might make one more cast, because sometimes I've noticed if you cast all of it out, it kind of kills the water, and it's really hard to explain, even though it can rain. I mean, who knows when the game glitches out, but yeah, this is a nice spot here. It's just right off the thing too, so. You wouldn't think a carp would be right here, but they are. Granted, something hasn't happened. I'm worried that I hope they didn't mess with the carp fish, and I really do. But I think it's odd that you can't. In other words, when I went in to mix my mix up on your template, so I went in to load it. Wow, nice cast, doofus. When I went in to load the mix into my pre-saved template, it wouldn't let me mix it. It just stayed grayed out, and then it also said every time I would load something, it would just say mix or saved, save recipe. So I don't know if you have to resave them all or redo them all, which is odd. So kind of what I've been doing anyway, going back to the carp in here. I've tried multiple ways, and I experimented with it. Sometimes, like, I'll cast the majority of it out and just see if I start getting bites. If I don't, I'll kind of refresh the water and just kind of see what happens. In other words, I had 166 ounces to start, and I threw out most of it, and then I'll kind of just try to refresh the water. Thought process 2 is, some people could say, cast all your rods out. What is this? We just played in the triple trout for the first time. That wasn't bad, though. A lot of those guys know how to do it. I caught a lot of fish. Definitely room for improvement on that one. But I did get all my unis in that. That was actually pretty fun. You guys can check that out if you've never played in the triple trout. And I was using some different lures that most people won't be using as well. I caught almost all mine on shad, the jelly shad. Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I've seen that. This is actually a pretty fun game. No guarantees that this won't be boring right here. We're oversized carp fishing right now. And Fishing Planet just did a big update today in regards to doing some patchwork and stuff, but a lot of the guys in here are saying the fishing and stuff slow, so not much, just enjoying my day. Hope all's well in your world. But yeah, if you've never played this is a great game. It is on PC. I think it's on Steam. It should be free to download as well. It is a grinder, like I'd said in the comment. In other words, it takes you a while to build up your money and stuff, so it can be a little bit grinding. So there is in-game purchases and stuff. I don't work for Fishing Planet or anything like that. I played it for quite a while, and my problem was kind of how things go is you get a keep net that's really small, so it's tough for you to make money. At one point, the first time I ever bought anything was like a $5 pack. It comes with a couple rods and a keep net. If you look at the top of the screen where it says Fish Garrison, 1,500 pounds or whatever. This is basically the max keep net. So at the end of the day, after you fill your keep net, you turn it into the, I guess, whoever the guy is, but you turn your net in, and that's how you make your money for, to upgrade your rods and reels and progress through the game. This kind of goes like by an XP system, and you work your way up. But I ended up buying just a little $5 pack. Now, they do have DLCs and stuff. Yeah, they do have DLCs and stuff that you can, but my recommendation would be, it'll start at a really small lake where you're fishing for small bass. It's called Lone Star Lake. But there's a lot of great maps. You like shark fishing or carp fishing. They have a really good variety for, whatever you like to fish for, bass, catfish, that sort of thing. And you just slowly progress through the game. Again, like I said, it can be a little grinding, but that was the first thing I bought. But they have like DLCs and stuff if you want, a little bit of a faster track. And that's kind of what I started the channel on, helping people with comps and stuff. But yeah, it's a really great game. But yeah, you'll like it. It'll start you out, you're fishing for bluegill, crappie, and I think spotted bass. I want to say they're at Lone Star. But kind of test it. It's cool because you can test it out and see if you like it before you buy anything. So, like I said, there's no obligation on you whatsoever to buy. But you'll like the way the game feels, like even fighting the fish and stuff. It can be a little overwhelming at first, trying to figure out your rods and reels and how to match your lineup and stuff. But I do have something on my channel. I apologize. I just started this channel like 5 weeks ago, so I'm not the most organized just yet as far as like playlists and that sort of thing. But if you kind of just look through videos, there's stuff on maximizing your gear. In other words, how to set up your rods and reels, that sort of thing. And then eventually I'm going to try to help with like a leveling guide and stuff. And I'm kind of wanting to wait. They're supposed to release a big update where you can actually go sea fishing and stuff. And you're actually going to be able to fish with your buddies, your gaming pals, and like a big boat in the ocean and stuff. So the whole Fishing Planet community is pretty excited about that. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that's just downloaded this game and never even and spent a dime. But I buy stuff here and there, to kind of just help support the game as well. They are a smaller company. They're not like a DICE or an EA Sports or something like that. So rumor has it there was just like 3 or 4 guys that had a passion for fishing. Hey, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. But yeah, this here could be a little boring. We're all kind of just in awe. Sometimes when they do an update, some weird stuff happens. But yeah, we should already had a bite here by now. So I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes when they do these updates, things can be flaky. That's kind of when I wanted to come in and test. I displayed in the comp at Moose Lake, and it seemed fine. But I know they were reporting today. Some of my buddies from Steam were saying that in other words, when you come in here to your inventory, I know this will be confusing for anybody that's starting, but I should have been able to load this. So I had to redo that. That's that mix that I caught that 102 pounder on, but that I developed. But as soon as I go to say like put something in here, it never before would say, like let's say I started to go put this in here. See how it says recipe successfully saved? It never did that before, so I don't know. Something's glitching out here, so I'm hoping it's not affecting the lake itself. But it does appear to be very slow. Nobody's really catching anything, so hopefully they don't have a bug. Because I mean we're approaching the good fishing. So hopefully at some point we get a bite. But yeah, we should have had a bite by now. With the mix I put out, it's a sunny day mix as well. So, but yeah, anybody that's tuning into the channel, welcome. And also, if you've never played this game before and you're just kind of logging in randomly, it's a fishing simulator game. Free to download, free to play. So it's something that it's worthwhile if you enjoy fishing and enjoy gaming. So it's a pretty good combo. Especially if you live anywhere in the winter where it's snowing and you can't get out, or you don't have time to load up your gear and go out and fish in real life. A lot of the maps are really beautiful. The graphics are beautiful. The game feels really nice. It's a lot better when you're getting bites, but Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Hopefully it'll pick up. Normally by now we should have had, both of us should have had a bunch going here. Oh, I did bring another rod. Good idea, beavers. But yeah, it'll take you a little time to crew all your stuff up. But basically, oh, also I was going to mention, if you're still there, the one that was talking about just downloading it. Somewhere on the PlayStation Store, there's actually a free rod and reel that you can get for Fishing Planet. You'd have to look around on the PlayStation Store, and I think it actually comes with a decent keep net. So I think you get a float rod, which is like a, for bobber fishing, as well as I want to say a spinning setup for like lures. So they do give you a little bit for free. You'd have to look on PlayStation Store. Yeah, yeah. If my friend Josh was on, he would probably know the name of it. But just look around on PlayStation Store for free gear or something like that for Fishing Planet. I would assume, and I didn't even know about it, but I'm assuming I'm up too high a level to get it now. But that probably should give you a decent little head start, especially the keep net, because the keep net's so hard. In other words, if you start with a 4 pound keep net, okay, yeah, you're on PC. Oh shoot, I'm not 100%. Yeah, that's right. I'd have to ask. You're right. It may not be compatible with your Steam thing, but I would assume if you maybe researched it on the internet, you might be able to find. I would assume they're not just going to do it for PlayStation and not do it for Xbox and Steam or PC. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking, but yeah, you should be able to. I would assume they're going to release it on every platform then. Yeah, yeah. You'll enjoy this then. Like I said, you'll. I looking back on it. Yeah, there's a lot of things I do differently now. That like when I get the time. Yeah, it is fun. It's definitely a grinder game, but you kind of have that personal satisfaction of knowing when you've completed something. If you're goal oriented, so to speak, it's definitely something that I think you would like. All right, now Beavers is gonna catch. All right, Beavers, something. Yeah, this is weird. It is. I haven't seen it this slow, to be honest with you guys. So my apologies for not being more exciting. I'm hoping this will warm up and we'll get something nice. It's normally never this slow, not when you spod. But it also gives you a little tutorial when you start, so it just kind of shows you how to cast and that sort of thing. I don't think I've ever seen it this slow. I really hope the game's not glitching out. There's something down there. Is Beaver getting the bite? Or is that me? You guys tune in. Welcome to the stream. We're messing around here at Willow Cone sometime. I'm going to play in that Salmon Clash comp later and post that up live. So that'll be the second time I played in it. And then again, trying to keep those things separate on my channel. If I put up a live comp grind, that's me playing in something that I've already played in. If I label it what I'm playing in, that's to be saved on the channel for anybody that slowly progresses through the game and they kind of need something to kind of have shoes on, so to speak, when they go into these comps. So they kind of just a generic base of what to do so they don't feel lost. Another way is kind of the way I set it up on there, guys. So if you enter one of those comps, you don't know what you're doing, you can basically just put up my video. You'll have marks, a basic idea what to do, and then you can kind of just critique it from there. And you can also see the ones that you watch, and I did really horrible, and it didn't look like it was no fun at all. Then it saved yourself the misery of entering it. And then once I've played in them all at least once, then I'll put up my top 5 in my opinion, and maybe my least favorite 5, the ones that maybe you might want to avoid. And I can tell you now, I really hope that they haven't messed this up, because this is slow. I really don't want to have to go respot a whole nother area. My apologies, guys, anybody tuning in. This is a brand new update. They just did a patch today. So I don't know if they've broken Willow, but it is definitely slow. The mixes are even messed up. You can't, you have to redo your mixes for whatever reason. So I don't know. Oh, okay, bro. Yeah, welcome to the stream. This guy's coming from PC, and he said since the update or the patch, it's been slower. And you guys following on my channel, I know how to carp fish, so I mean, I'm not even bragging. I've just gotten really good at it, but I can tell you I've spotted my second spot on a sunny day here at Willow, and I've never had. You guys can look through my channel on my slow time mix and stuff. I can literally start this peak, especially when it's sunny. I can start at 5 a.m. if I want, and my spot mixes always works. I know how to fish at night too, so that's what I was curious to see. I'm worried that I hope they didn't mess up the oversize as well, but this is my second spot that I've spotted, bro, and it is not very lucrative right now. And I've never seen anybody that, and the guy that just said that, man, you know Willow on this sunny day peak is amazing. One fish over 100 pound, most not 10, not hitting 90. Wow. Only one over 100, yeah. That's why I was curious. That's kind of what I was putting up this live stream, coming and test it and see. I was hoping to have some action, you know, and everything would go about normal. But man, hopefully Beavers has got something nice here. Looks like it might be. No, just a trophy. At least it's something. Yeah, but you know, I've had on occasion, but I'm experienced enough now with the spotting that definitely odd. Would you rather? Did you notice that did your recipes not save too? Was there a fix for that? I had to reload my mix and everything. I noticed. So am I gonna have to clear every template and redo all of them? I know you guys got the patch before we did there on PC. Oh, you did have the same thing. Okay, so we have to redo all your mixes. Oh, that's frustrating, bro. I got so many. That is going to be very frustrating. Yeah, see, this is the one I caught my 102 pounders off. But as soon as I went to load it, it just says save recipe, so I had to come down to my empty slot. So I'm going to have to go back through and clear all of these. My night mix and everything. Oh, that's painful. I know a way to do it. I'll just have to add a couple extra templates and just transfer it, delete that, transfer it, delete that, and so on and so forth, I'd assume, without getting a piece of paper and a notebook. Which that's kind of why I like the templates, so I don't have to keep a big captain's log, so to speak. I had a buddy that, really good carp fisherman on here, and he said he had a notebook that he'd been filling up for about 3 years. Weeping Willow. He loves it fishing. So I thought it was convenient that they make the templates, but hopefully they get that fixed, because not to mention I've never seen it this slow on a sunny day. I mean, this is beyond slow. Yeah, but we got, as you can see, it might be like a weird spot, but you know, there's nice fish right here. That was even a cloudy day, but I even tried it on a sunny day and did just fine. So yeah, I don't know. So again, my apologies. I don't know if the game's just glitching out with this new update, but I heard also that they have one rumor that The auto set feature or the sky twitching with lures and stuff wasn't working, but I went and played in that triple drop for the first time, put it up on my channel, and I got an extremely good bite rate and didn't have any trouble. Only my carp rods are hold on, I can't see it. Only my carp rods are biting was never this bad. Oh, only your carp rods are biting. That's odd. Beaver, are you running, I'm running Mana. I wonder if they messed that up where you can't run Mana. I didn't even think about that. Hold on a second, let me try something. See, because I just switched to mono leaders. I used to use fluoro leaders when I was using these bottom rods for the oversized instead of using a carp hook, but I don't know if I got any with me. Let me see something. He made me think of something. Oh no. Okay, hold on, I'll be good. I should be able to put that back on. I'm going to try to switch to fluoro leaders and hope I don't break my line. We'll see if something happens. Oh, I don't have any with me either. That is not good. So much for that. I thought I had some 83-pound fluoro with me, but I don't. I gotta put that back on. I was thinking maybe they made it to where, because he's saying he's only getting bite on his carp rod, so maybe mono leaders are not effective anymore. I just put that up on my channel too. In other words, you could max rod this out. Yes, it can be. Now, if you know how to, depending on where your money and stuff is, one thing about, I will tell you about oversized fishing, um, you know, the mixes and stuff themselves can be really expensive. Kind of depends on where your budget is as far as your game credits. I got a fortune on here for, I grinded a lot. I got a lot of money, like it's almost unbelievable. But if just like this is at the shop, but I was going to tell you, you can level up good with the oversized because they pay decent. But if you're at level 50 and you're looking to level up, I would probably say I would go level up at the Solange, unless you got about a half a million or so. Yeah, that's fine if you learn. I've got a spod tips 1, 2, and 3, like a little 3-part series. I think each video is like 6 to 8 minutes, and I actually show you how to put all the mix and stuff together on there. If you look through the channel, you have to. I'm sorry, I'm not very organized yet as far as the playlist, but look back through the videos on spod tips and stuff. If you watch all those, I'll show you how to mix it and stuff. But just going back what I'm saying. Now this is at the shop, so the prices are inflated, but it can be a little costly for each mix, but you normally get your money back and you'll still make, a decent amount of money. But to answer your question, yeah, it can be, as long as they haven't broken this lake. It's odd that we're not catching anything. So I don't know if it's a fluorolito issue, but my buddy Beavers here is saying he was mainly only getting bites on his carp rods, which is for like the boilies and stuff. Not to make you guys too confused for that are just learning and tuning in, but he's saying that he's only getting a bite on his carp rod. And the carp rods you can put on boilies and stuff. And the way the kind of the oversized thing works is you cast your spod mix out, and a typical unique carp could only be, let's say, a mirror carp could be around 70 pounds. You can add an additional 30 pounds, and that's where the XP and stuff comes in. So to answer your question, yeah, you can get quite a bit of XP off of them. But if the stuff's not working, I'm about to go back and switch over to fluoro and just see if something weird's happened. If you guys don't mind, I think I'm gonna hop back to the lobby and just see, because there's something off here. So give me a second. I'm gonna go hop back to the lobby real quick and just see, as well as I will throw a carp rod on real quick just to see if it won't take me too long. I got a bunch of templates saved, as long as they ain't messed those up. Let me just I got some set up with fluoro, but what I started doing was I ran mono. I wasn't having any trouble with it, so let me try some. I'll bring some fluoro rods and see if that's affecting the bite rate. And then I'll throw in some actual carp rods as well. just as safe. Maybe that could be an issue as well, but I sure hope not. In other words, I can max my rod out using the mono, and I'd found that it didn't affect the bite rate at all, so I'd switch from fluoroliters to monoliters just so I can max my pull out. Or my reel, actually, so let me, I'm gonna have to dump some lures. Bear with me, guys. So I'm gonna bring some carp boilies with me that I can put on those, so we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm really hoping they didn't patch something weird. I could have swore I just bought a license. And I did reset my app before I even started the stream, so I don't think that was the issue. So maybe something changed over. Let me I know a good way to find out too. So let me spawn here. I'm actually just gonna go right up here. We'll see if that fixes anything. But I've never had trouble fishing out of peak when you're spotting. So I'll mix up a mix real quick. And it'll actually kind of help you guys out if you haven't mixed anything up. Not to make it too confusing, but you'd have to watch the video. I'm good at teaching stuff as well. So if you look back through my spot tips, I kind of explain because this stuff can kind of be overwhelming for anybody that hasn't done it. Once you got a template saved, you can look through there, and I do all that in great detail, but I'm going to go back through here. So I'm just going to, the advantage of having these templates, you know, whether it's your own mix or somebody else's, then you can kind of, and I went through all that for you, but as you can see, why is it doing that? It never used to say save, so I'm going to see what happens. Oh, that needed deleted. So just mix in your ground bases first. See, it never used to say recipe saved. I don't know why it's doing that. Something's wrong with this thing right now. So I already know this one by heart, but just to kind of as you go through, you do your ground bases first. You mix those together, and then normally what I like to do is go to and do my aromas first. That way it kind of makes room for everything. And just don't overdo your aromas. I'm hoping this mixes. If it doesn't, if I have to redo my mixer, oh, recipes are glitching? Is that what everybody's saying, Josh? So I have to clear the template each time? That's a pain. Hold on a second. So they are. So I have to... You mean to tell me every time I have to clear it? That's going to get frustrating. If that's the case, you have to come up... I can't even... I can clear. Yours wouldn't mix either, so I'm going to re-clear that all together, guys, if anybody's following along with this. Thankfully, I got this one memorized, but... So you want to... Why is it still saying save, though? That's not cool. That is not good. I thought that was just a rumor. I was hoping when I came in here that wasn't going to be the case. Let's see if it lets me mix it. My apologies if I'm going too fast, guys. I'm trying to figure out if this is messed up or not. And then from there, I normally do the aromas first, but again, you guys tuning in, it's never used a spot. You feel free to look through my channel. I explain it in really good detail for you guys. But this has got me curious now. If you're gonna have to do this every time and you can't even save your template, that's gonna be really hard for people to remember. And then I'll come back up to my particles. That way, when you come over here to add it, it won't glitch out on you. It lets you put in the full amount. It's just a little workaround that I'd figured out. And once you get it all in there, then you just hit mix. So at least it let me mix it. But yeah, so basically every time I do that, I'm going to have to re-clear it and remember it all. That is not going to be good for the casual guy just trying to learn this. So hopefully they get that repaired fairly quick. And I hope it hasn't affected the fishing. But I find it odd I did not get a bite. So I'm going to, I know what I can do. I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to put 2 out with fluoro and I'm going to put 2 carp rods out. So I'm going to take 2 bottom rods out. I got the carp hooks on there and I'm going to put boilies on here just to compare the two and see if something's going on. We'll put strawberry and tiger nut. 2 that I've found successful. So I'll spot this spot and we'll see what happens. But we're right in the peak, so these things should be going crazy after I spot. If they do not, there's something wrong. And if I only get bites on the carp rods, then I hope they haven't changed it where you can't use bottom rods for the oversized, because that will be a chore. Considering the test line is only, I want to say, what I got that thing at, 56 pounds or something crazy? 55 pounds even. That'll be a lot to try to pull in a 100-pound carp. In other words, the fight times will be too long. That will not be fun for oversized fishing. Not to mention for any of the guys that are trying to come into weeping and level up, that will not be good. And I do kind of hope Fishing Planet does work on some of the bugs that they already currently have before they add that big new sea fishing and stuff. Because they still got some issues they need to be working through as well. And anybody stopping in and out of the stream, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. We're testing stuff out here at Weeping after the newest update here on Fishing Planet. I did not see any issues at the Moose Lake when I was fishing though, but that was with lures, so you never know after updates. You kind of have that little worrisome feeling that they may have messed something up or something's going to glitch out whenever they do these hot fixes. And again, that guy I was talking about, you said that you had around 1 million or half a million. You definitely start with a starter mix. There's a starter mix. It's like an old Jim Kappa blend. It's like a generic YouTube mix. If you look at that starter mix, I think it's on Spot Tips Part 2. I actually show you how I go out with this generic mix, kind of show you how it plays out. If you're not wanting to get carp rods and spend all your money. But we're going to have to test out and see if this is still working, because I'd set that up for the guys that were at that, 50 level range and didn't have the money to spend a bunch on the carp rods and all the boilies, because that could be expensive. When I got to level 50 and had first unlocked Weeping, I didn't know anything about carp fishing. Spent a fortune on all those carp rods, 4 carp rods, the boilies, all that. Didn't really know what I was doing, and practically almost went broke in the game. And then I eventually learned how to spot, and it was a whole different ballgame from there. Made it a lot more fun, but I just kind of showed you how to do with the bottom rods and just using a spot rod instead of spending all the money on the carp rods. So hopefully they haven't did something to change that. What I'm hoping is that maybe they're not letting you use the mono anymore, which could make sense. Maybe maybe they made the carp more sensitive to monoliters, so you have to use fluoro. And if they're only biting on carp rods, that means they don't want you using bottom rods no more. It's going to have to be carp rods with carp leaders on it. That's the only other thing that can make sense. So But I'll test it out live here and just see if anything changes. We do have a few more casts, and I'll cast a couple rods out. But again, yeah, I appreciate that, Josh, helping him out. Yeah, I was telling him too, if he's leveled up enough and he could get the Selenge is a really good option to level up as well. But he could also be a guy that likes carp fishing, so that's why I was telling him, just kind of look around the channel and see what you like again. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with farming at St. Croix, but I've noticed uh, I like carp fishing too, but I haven't, just depend on your mood. In other words, I think if you grind something up too much, then it doesn't seem fun anymore when you're leveling up. So I like to, throw mixed rotations in. Maybe I'll go and farm the pike and the catfish and the muskie at St. Croix, and then hop over and go to Selenge or something like that, and then maybe. But I've had hours and hours and hours of fun carp and fishing here at Willow, so I'm hoping they haven't broken this. So I'm just going to throw out I'm going to put the bottom rods on the outsides and the carp rods in the middle. I have to make sure I click that down because I got floor leader on now. But that's why I'd started messing around with the mono leaders, so I didn't have to one click that down on my drag, and I could just run mono leaders instead of fluoro leaders. That way when I'm going back and forth from lake to lake, I don't snap my stuff off not paying attention that I had a fluoro leader around here and I couldn't max my reel out. So that's going to be frustrating if they've changed this. Now these are carp rods with boilies, so now obviously they got carp leader. I do have captain hooks on there, so if I don't get a bite on one of these, I'll go to the shop real quick here in the here at the lake, and then I'll see if I don't get a. Hold on a second, the chat's up. Okay, I'm getting that bite at least. And I'll spot over the top of it. But the only other thing I could think of is they're making you use carp rods, which I hope not. Especially for the new guy coming in, because that'd be the great thing about the bottom rods and just spotting. You don't have to spend the money on the. You don't have to spend the money. It's so expensive, You get 4 of these deep horizons with the reels, and then you get a spod rod. I mean, if you can use a spod rod, it saves the guy money, especially if you don't have the money to, you don't have very much game credits. I really hope that's not the case. But I mean, we're going to be right prime peak, so we should get action. If not, they've done something. And that'll be a shame. But I would assume they'll fix it. They're pretty good at fixing this stuff. Not going to say it's always in a timely manner, but let's hope that they didn't break Weeping Willow, because that'll be horrible. And I did notice I'm getting a bite on my carp rod before I got a bite on anything else. Let's see if it's oversized or not. Don't appear to be oversized. I don't think so. We'll see. Well, it might be decent. Feels just like a common unique or a trophy though. We'll see. Okay, it's not the carp hooks, so the captain hooks are fine. The only other thing I was going to say is if maybe they're wanting to use carp hooks and not the captain hooks, so I think we've debunked that part of it at least. It's just a trophy. That was an oversized trophy though. The oversized is still working, or that trophy wouldn't have been so big. Okay, so keeping track, we're one fish on a carp rod, 0 on the bottom rods. Where's my spot? There it is. And you guys tuning in, welcome to the stream. We're testing out. Some weird stuff going on here at Willow. It seems like the carp rods are only biting so far. Talking to a few buddies here. But we'll see here in a second. What I did was switch from monoliters to fluoroliters and just seeing if they made them sensitive to monoliters. If we do not get a nice fish on this rod on the right or the left, they've done something. Whether it was intentional or not, I don't know yet. And these rods should have been going crazy by now. So it's even slower than it was. By far. Let me double check. Yeah, the peak's solid. Not cool. Beaver's going offline and trying to reset. Yeah, I'm not 100% what's going on, guys. Something odd's happening. Yeah, if I only get them on these two rods, then they've changed something where they don't want you using bottom rods, or there's just a bug in the system. I don't know why they would do that, considering there's competitions that they have. What's the name of the one? Danger in the Grass, you have to use bottom rods. So if they're only going to let you get bites on carp rods, that's not... I don't think they would have done this intentional. I wonder if they're aware of it. But I'm in a chat group with a few friends, and they were saying something about the recipes not saving. So I went in and checked for myself. Thought everything was going to be good, and not only is your recipes messed up now, the bite even seems messed up. I'm guessing Beaver's logged out and went to get some other stuff here, but I don't know. But you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and my buddy Josh, I don't know if he's still here watching, he knows I can slay some carp, so this is odd, guys. I really hope they didn't mess up Willow and the oversized fishing, because that will not be cool. You guys are seeing what I'm seeing. This is almost broke. Okay, we are getting a bite finally. Is he going to take it? Nope. Yep. My apologies, guys, for this being so slow, but I think they've either nerfed this or it's just a bug, but we'll see. I'll let it play out a little longer, but we should have had a unique take this by now. And it should have been an oversized unique. And if they are aware of this, then they've just nerfed the, I really hope they didn't nerf the spotting. A lot of people enjoy that. Here, let me try something. Theory number 3 is, are they making you use... Hold on, see if I got room in my inventory. I do not have room in my inventory. I can delete these. There's common grubs. I did that for a comp the other day for a tutorial anyway. I'm going to buy some carp hooks real quick and just see. I normally don't carry too many carp hooks, but I'll get a carp 10 in my tackle box and put a carp 10 on and see if that changes anything. In other words, they could very well possible just making you use carp rods, but we'll see what happens. Go to carp hook 10. You should still pick up an oversized if they haven't messed it up. Okay, so this one on the left has a carp hook on it. Yeah, this isn't good. There's nothing really big being caught in the, I don't know if that guy knows how to spot, but there's no... Oh, this is not cool at all. Appreciate you guys tuning in too. Sorry it's so boring. I honestly didn't expect this at all. Actually disappointed if they've nerfed this. And I don't know why they would. It's a very enjoyable thing to do, and you want to keep people entertained. And you want to be entertained and enjoying your fishing as well. So hopefully this is just an error on their part and they've messed up and it's not something they did intentionally. But yeah, there's no way it should have been this slow. And I'm not even really seeing an improvement on boilies. This one's got a carp hook on it, a 10. Can you sing John's fishing ditty? You tried oversized fishing at Germany and had no luck. No, I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to embarrass myself, Josh. I appreciate it. John knows how to sing that in the English, the England version. You don't want to hear my American version. It wouldn't be good. He's got that nice singing voice like the guy off of Jaws, that old captain off of Jaws. So no, I can't do that little singing ditty. But that usually does bring me luck. Wishful thinking. But yeah, I'm shocked. Give it a couple more minutes. I'll try something else. I can use just a generic starter mix and see if they've messed up the mixing. But that, I've never seen it be this slow. Okay, this is the carp hook. We did get a bite on a carp hook. Let's see if it's oversized or if it's just a regular trophy or something small. Because this should be large. We did get a bite on a carp hook, but I don't even think it's a trophy. Yeah, I don't even think it's a trophy. It might be a small trophy. The other carp rods are going off. Yeah, this isn't anything special. Just a trophy. An oversized trophy. And it was on it. Did you reset 45 minutes ago for server reset? Dude, I don't remember if I reset before I came into the stream, so I would assume I did. I really don't want to have to start the stream over. But let's see if I don't know if Beavers is watching. Beavers went offline and backline. Let's give it a couple minutes. Beavers knows how to spot too. We'll see if let's see if Beavers gets anything oversized. Bear with me a couple minutes, guys. I really apologize. I was expecting to come in and thrash some carp for you guys, and before this comp. That comp starts. Yeah, I got an hour or so before that starts. For me, they reset at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. for you. It becomes a new day. Oh, guys. You think that's what it is, Josh? I know Beaver just reset because I see him go offline. Let me give him a couple minutes to just see. If he don't start thrashing it, then I don't know if that's it or not. I have the eerie suspicion I hope they've just... Okay, there's one. It's not oversized, though. That's common, but he's catching them. Hold on a second. Let's see if it was a carp right away. That makes no sense if they would have... I don't know. They wouldn't have I don't see why they would have destroyed you letting you fish with the... Because everybody loves oversized fishing. That's one thing everybody brags about. But he caught 2 uniques, but they're still just regular uniques. They're not oversized. Both bottom and carp. Alright, let me see for a second here, guys. I know what you're saying, Josh. I'd have to end the stream. Let me see if this is the Captain 14. Let's see if this is even big. It doesn't seem to be. It's just a regular... See, that's weird though, because that's an oversized ghost. Maybe I didn't. But you guys see what I'm saying? I haven't got one on my bottom rod. Huh. Let's see if this is oversized. Doesn't feel like it. It's decent. Well, see, Beaver's just caught a... That's just a generic... That's a generic grass carp he just caught. That thing should be 65, 70 pounds, and I don't think this one's oversized either. No, that's just a common... Guys, I'm gonna close my app. If it ends the stream, I'll restart the stream. My apologies. I want to see if that resets this. I'm gonna see if that resets this real quick. Maybe I didn't redo the thing. I'm gonna try to close this app. If it ends the stream, I'll restart the stream. But I'm gonna close the app and just see if that resets it.